Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. We are back this evening for Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Reds and Cubs. The Reds and Cubs battling for second place in the Central, a wild card position, and a potential extension of their seasons into the playoffs. Now, this is Game 2 of a 4-game series. The Reds took Game 1 of this doubleheader 7-4 with some late heroics off of a Nick Castellanos home run. The Cubs, I'm sure, are hoping that this evening's game turns out a little bit differently. The Cubs are going to send starting pitcher Blake Snell out to the mound. He is making start number 30 with a 7-10 record, 4.63 ERA, and a 1.51 WHIP. The Cubs lineup will include Jeter Downs, Jay Bruce, Kris Bryant, Danny Santana, Jackie Bradley as Asdrubal Cabrera, Jason Heyward, Josh Phegley, and Snell batting ninth. Luis Castillo will be the starter for the Reds. He comes in making start number 30 as well. He is 10-12 with a 3.98 ERA and a 1.27 WHIP. The Reds lineup will include Jankowski, Votto, Castellanos, Suarez, Senzel, Dietrich, Galvis, Casali, and then Castillo batting ninth. It is 72 degrees this evening, and it is a wind blowing in from right at 12 mph, just like the earlier game. As the Cubs and Blake Snell take the field, we see Jankowski coming up to the plate. The Reds coming into this game with a record of 69-71, second place in the Central, one game ahead of the Cubs at 68-72. The Reds have taken 10 of 16 from the Cubs this year. Now Snell, standing on the mound, delivering the pitch, and there's a liner into center field, heading over, and diving to make the catch is Jackie Bradley for out number 1. Joey Votto, the next batter. Amazing play by Jackie Bradley, running toward the wall, laying out for that catch. Here's the first pitch to Votto, and a pop up to center. This is going to be a bit more routine. Left center, really, as the wind continues to blow it. However, this time Bradley is able to stay on his feet and make the catch for out number 2. Castellanos now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Snell facing Castellanos with a 3-0 count and a grounder toward third. Bryant scoops it up, throws over to first, and that is out number 3. We are going to the bottom of the first inning. It is a 0-0 game. Jeter Downs leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the first inning against Luis Castillo. Here's an 0-2 count, and Downs waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Downs chases the fastball at 96, and he heads back to the dugout. Jay Bruce now the batter. 1 out, 1 strike count, nobody on base. The shift is on, and he pops it up. That's actually going to be deep right field. I think he beat the shift. It is going to be out of the ballpark. 444 feet to right field, and the Cubs now have a 1-0 lead. Jay Bruce celebrating on his way around the bases, and it brings up Kris Bryant. 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball count for Kris Bryant. Here's the pitch from Castillo. And there's a grounder toward third. His counterpart picks it up, throws to first, and throws it away. Man, the ball is rolling down the right field line. Bryant is going to head down to second. So that is going to be a throwing error. 13th error of the season for Suarez at third base. Bryant is safe on second on the error, and it brings up Danny Santana. 1 out, runner in scoring position. Here is the first pitch to Danny Santana. And that's lined into left field. That'll be a base hit. Bryant rounding third. Is he going to try to score? No, he stops at third as the left fielder gets it back into the cutoff man quickly. So the Cubs now have first and third with 1 out off of the Santana single, and it brings up Jackie Bradley. Bradley facing Castillo. Here's the first pitch, and Santana goes. He's trying to steal second. He slides, and he is safe. So Casali's throw was late. Santana is up to 22 steals on the season now. The Cubs have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out, and Jackie Bradley is still the batter. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Bradley, and he lines that one over the third baseman's head down the left field line. 1 run is in. Coming home to score is 2 runs are in. So Santana and Bryant both score. Bradley has a 2-run RBI double, and the Cubs are now ahead 3-0. Castillo now facing Asdrubal Cabrera with 1 out, 1 man on. 1-1 pitch to Asdrubal Cabrera. And here it comes. Popped up on the left side. The catcher coming out, the third baseman coming in. Third baseman Senzel actually calls for it and makes the catch for out number 2. Jason Heyward now batting. 1 out, 1 man on. 2-1 count to Jason Heyward. Castillo looking for the sign and the pitch. Grounder towards second. Picked up, thrown over to first, and that is going to end the inning. The Cubs score 3 times on 3 hits, leave a runner on second, and we're going to the top of the second of a 3-0 ball game. Snell facing Suarez to lead off the Reds half of the second. Here is a full count pitch, and Snell gets him to swing and miss at a fastball that is down and in. So that is out number 1. Strikeout number 1 as well for Blake Snell. Senzel now the batter. 1-2 count. Snell with the pitch and a grounder to second. Picked up, thrown over to first, and that is 2 down in the inning. Derek Dietrich now the batter. Facing off against Snell, lefty versus lefty. 1-2 count. Snell with the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Snell gets him with a big curveball, and that is going to end the inning. So the Reds go down in order. We're going to the bottom of the second of a 3-0 ball game. Josh Phegley facing off against Castillo in the bottom of the second inning. Here's a 1-1 count. And Phegley drives that one to deep left field. I believe he got all of that. It is gone. Phegley with the solo home run, leading off the Cubs half of the second, 410 feet to left field, and that is a 4-0 Cub lead. Snell now the batter against Castillo. 0-2 count, and a pop up to center. Coming in fast is the center fielder. He gets under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Number 1, excuse me. Out number 1. Jeter Downs now batting. 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Jeter Downs, and a pop up to right. This will be routine. Coming in is the right fielder, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Jay Bruce now batting. He had a home run his first time up. Here's an 0-2 pitch from Castillo to Bruce. And a grounder to the weak side. The pitcher scoops it up. Throws to first, and Bruce, hustling down the line, actually beats the throw. So credit Jay Bruce with the infield single, and it brings up Chris Bryant. Bryant reached on the throwing error earlier in this inning. There are now 2 outs, a runner on first, and Bryant facing Castillo with a 2-2 count, and that is popped up. The shortstop is going to go back into short left field, and he will make the catch for out number 3. The Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the third of a 4-0 ball game. Snell facing Galvis in the Reds half of the third. Here is the first pitch from Blake Snell. We are looking for the sign, and here's the pitch. Grounder toward third. Bryant picks it, throws to first, and that is out number 1. Casale now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 pitch to Kurt Casale. And that is strike 3 called. The third strikeout of the game for Blake Snell and the second out of the inning. Frank Castillo is in attendance here watching Luis Castillo pitch. And Castillo is facing Snell with a 1-2 count. And that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Snell. And now we're going to the top of the 4th of a 4-0 ball game. Excuse me, we're in the bottom of the third of a 4-0 ball game. I'm getting ahead of myself here. This game just feels like it's flying by. Luis Castillo facing Danny Santana here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch from Castillo to Santana. And it's popped up right center field, deep but playable, as Jankowski comes over and he makes the catch for out number 1. Bradley now batting. He is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs today. Facing off with Castillo with a 1-1 count. And here is the pitch. Grounder towards second. Big Sunday hop. The throw goes over to first, and that is out number 2. Cabrera now batting. 2 outs and nobody on. Full count pitch to Asdrubal Cabrera. And that is low. It is ball 4. So Castillo issues his first walk of the game, bringing up Jason Heyward with 2 outs, runner on first, 1 strike, pitch to Heyward. And that's lined down the right field line over the first baseman's head. The runner is going to go from first to third, and he slides in safely. Castellanos' throw was late. So Cabrera goes to third. Heyward is on first, and Fegley is the next batter. He had a home run his last time up. Facing Castillo now with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Fegley and a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Way out in front of that changeup. I guess you learn from one at-bat to the next, and Castillo certainly adjusted there. We're going to the top of the 4th now. It is a 4-0 Cub lead. Snell facing Jankowski. To lead off the Reds half of the 4th, here's the pitch. Lined into left center field. That's going to be a diving catch by Jay Bruce. So he beats out an infield single and now dives for an athletic play. I feel like the svelte Jay Bruce is really showing off here in today's game. Bruce landed hard on his elbow out there making the catch, but he shakes it off. And now that'll bring up Joey Votto with 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Joey Votto. And a liner, the first baseman, it gets by him. It gets by Santana into right field. Rounding first and heading for second. Heyward's throw comes to second. And that is going to be a double for Votto. Man, I thought for a moment that Santana was going to peg that, but it just went under his glove. It was a hot shot down the right field line. So, Votto is in scoring position with 1 out, and the always dangerous Nick Castellanos steps up to the plate. Snell facing Castellanos with a 1-1 count, and there's a grounder to short. Picked up, thrown over to first. That is out number 2. Suarez now the batter with 2 outs and a runner on second. Here's a 1-ball pitch to Suarez, and that's popped up. Jay Bruce going back to the warning track in the well, makes the catch for out number 3. So the Reds strand a runner. We're going to the bottom of the 4th of a 4-0 ball game. Snell will face off with Castillo here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No word if Greg Maddux is also in attendance of this game. So Snell with the 0-2 count, and here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Snell strikes out looking on the fastball at 98, bringing up Jeter Downs. 3rd strikeout of the day for Castillo. 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 pitch to Castillo. Popped up to center field. Coming in is Jankowski. Going out is the shortstop Galvis, and shortstop actually makes the catch for out number 2. Jay Bruce now the batter. Facing Castillo with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Jay Bruce. And he grounds it to second. Picked up, thrown over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs are retired in order. We're going to the top of the 5th of a 4-0 ball game. Senzel facing Snell in the top of the 5th inning. 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. Grounder toward first. Santana picks it up, steps on the base. That is out number 1. Derek Dietrich now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch from Snell, and that is popped up to left center field. Jay Bruce coming over. He calls off Bradley and makes the catch for out number 2. Galvis now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Freddie Galvis. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. 5 strikeouts on the day for Blake Snell. That ends the Reds half of the 5th. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning with a 4-0 Chicago lead. Chris Bryant now leading off against Castillo in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch to Bryant, and that is smoked. Left center field going back, and and the catch is made at the wall for out number 1. Man, that sounded good coming off the bat, but Bryant came up just a few feet short of the home run. So Santana now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Santana waiting for the 2-0 pitch, and he grounds it back to the mound. The pitcher picks it up, throws to first. However, the very speedy Santana beats it out for an infield single. So 1 out and 1 man on. Jackie Bradley is now the batter for the Cubs. 2-0 is the count, and Bradley grounds that one to the left side. The throw goes to second, the relay to first, and that is a 5-6-3 double play. So the Cubs' half of the fifth is over. We're going to the top of the sixth inning. It is a 4-0 ball game. Curt Casali is going to face off against Blake Snell here in the top of the sixth inning. Here's a 1-1 count and the pitch. Liner over the shortstop's head into left center field. That is going to drop in for the second hit of the Reds in this ball game. However, the throw goes to second as Casali thinks he's going to get a double, and he slides in and he is out. So Casali is going to be credited with a single and then thrown out attempting to advance to second. Snell now facing Moustakas with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-strike pitch to from Blake Snell. And that is popped up to right. Hayward coming in toward the line. He is going to make the catch, and that is out number 2. Jankowski now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Snell with the pitch to Jankowski, and there's a grounder to first. Santana handles that one. It was a hot grounder. He picks it up and steps on the base, and the Reds' half of the sixth is over. So the Reds get a hit. They do not strand a runner. We're going to the bottom of the sixth inning of a 4-0 ball game. And now the Reds are going to have a new relief pitcher come in. Amir Garrett is coming in to face Asdrubal Cabrera. The lefty Garrett has thrown 40 2/3 innings, 33 walks, 45 strikeouts, and a 9.52 ERA. Cabrera facing Garrett here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 0-2 is the count. Cabrera batting from the right side for the first time today. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Fastball at 98 and just smoked it right past him. Hayward now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 is the count to Hayward. And Hayward grounds it to second. The throw goes to first, and Hayward is retired for out number 2. Fegley now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on base. 2-1 count to Josh Fegley. Grounder towards short, picked up, thrown over to first, and that is going to end the inning. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. It is still 4-0 Cubs. Votto facing Snell here in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch from Snell. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was an 0-2 fastball. And Snell strikes him out swinging. Castellanos now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Snell with the pitch. Grounder up the middle. That's going to get into center field for a base hit. Third base hit of the ball game for the Reds. Castellanos wisely stays at first as Bradley gets the ball back into the infield quickly. And now Suarez is the batter with 1 out and 1 man on. Snell working with an 0-2 count. And there's the pitch. That is driven high to deep left field. I believe he got all of that one down the left field line. And that is a 2-run homer. So Eugenio Suarez crushes one 404 feet down the left field line. And it is now a 4-2 ball game in favor of the Cubs. Snell now facing Senzel with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 7th inning. Let's see how Snell rebounds from allowing that home run. Here's an 0-2 count and the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that was the changeup. Got him way out in front of it. Strikeout number 7 on the day for Snell. And Dietrich now the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 is the count from Snell. Grounder towards short. Picked up and thrown over to first, and that is going to end the inning. Well, the Reds score twice on the home run. We're going to the bottom of the 7th of a 4-2 ball game. And look at this. Greg Maddux is in the building, and he is going to lead the 7th inning stretch for us today. Blake Snell leading off against Amir Garrett here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's a 2-2 count. and Snell waiting for the pitch. That is strike 3 called. The changeup dropped right into the zone there, and Snell was maybe looking for the fastball. I'm not sure. Either way, Jeter Downs is now the batter. He is 0 for 3 today. Downs facing Garrett with a 1-2 count and the pitch. And another swing and a miss for strike 3. So Garrett gets his third strikeout of the game, and now he will face Jay Bruce. With 2 outs and nobody on and a 1-strike count, here's the pitch to Bruce. Liner down the right field line. That's going to drop in for a base hit. The right fielder Castellanos cuts it off before it gets to the wall. Bruce will stop at first with a single. And now Chris Bryant comes up. With 2 outs and a runner on first, Bryant is 0 for 3 today, and he is going to face the next Red reliever, Nate Jones. 42 innings thrown by Jones this year, 19 walks, 48 strikeouts, and a 5.14 ERA. Bryant facing Jones with Bruce on first and 2 outs. Here's a 1-2 count and the pitch to Chris Bryant. And here it comes. Lined into center field. I believe he got and a driving catch. Bryant hit it hard again, but a diving catch by Jankowski in center field ends the inning. That looked like it was going to curve and go off the wall. So Snell coming here out to face the Reds in the top of the 8th inning with a 2-run lead. He's going to face Galvis Casali and the pitcher's spot here in the top of the 8th. 1 ball is the count, and there's a grounder toward third. Bryant picks it up, throws over to first, and that is out number 1. Casali now facing Snell with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Snell. Grounder or a liner into right field. That's going to be a base hit. He split the gap between Cabrera and Santana, and he got himself a 1-out single. And now Orestes Aquino is going to be the pinch hitter. Aquino is 4 for 14 on the season, and 3 of those 4 hits have been home runs. So he is facing Snell here in the top of the 8th inning with 1 out and a runner on first. Aquino representing the tying run. 2-1 count. Snell working with the pitch. And a pop-up into short left field. Bryant actually going out, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Jankowski now the batter with 2 outs and 1 man on. 1-2 count. Snell with the pitch. And strike 3 is called. Got him looking with a fastball. 8 strikeouts on the day for Blake Snell. The runner is stranded. The Cubs going to the bottom of the 8th, carrying a 2-run lead. And now Joe Cunell is going to be the next Red reliever. 42 innings thrown, 12 walks, 40 strikeouts, and a 5.79 ERA. That is Cunell's line on the season. Santana from the left side facing the righty Cunell to lead off the Cubs half of the 8th. Here's a 1-ball count. And Cunell with the pitch to Santana. Here it comes. Liner in the left field. That'll be a base hit. Leadoff single for Danny Santana. And that is going to bring up Bradley, who is 1 for 3 on the day. Facing Cunell with a runner on first and nobody out. Here's an 0-2 pitch to Jackie Bradley. Popped up to right. Castellanos heading over. This looks routine, and he makes the catch. That is out number 1. Cabrera now batting with 1 out, 1 man on. Cubs looking for insurance runs here, and the runner takes off. Santana has just stolen his 2nd base of this game and his 23rd steal of the season. So Santana is now in scoring position with 1 out, and Cabrera still the batter. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Cabrera. Oh, and he hits him. Cabrera is hit right in the shoulder, and he's heading down to first. Well, it's a good thing Santana already stolen the base, otherwise he would not have gotten credit for the steal as Cabrera was hit with the pitch. Now Hayward is the batter with 1 out and runners on first and second. 1-2 count to Hayward, and here's the pitch. That is strike 3 called on the outside corner. So the sinker strikes out Hayward, and it brings up Fegley, who is 1 for 3 with a home run on the day. He is facing Cunell with 2 runners on base and 2 outs. Cubs with a run lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a full count pitch. The runners will be going. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. The slider that was down and away, and Fegley expanded the strike zone. So we're going to the top of the 9th inning. It is a 4-2 Cub lead. And now Kerry Wood is going back to the well with Edwin Diaz here in the top of the 9th inning. Diaz will have to navigate Votto, Castellanos, and Suarez. Diaz on the season has thrown 56 2/3 innings, allowed 25 walks, struck out 83, and has a 3.97 ERA. Diaz has looked a little shaky in his last couple appearances, but the hope is he's going to shake that off and have an effective inning here in the top of the 9th. Here's a 1-1 count, and Diaz looking for the sign. And here is the pitch. Popped up to right. Hayward coming in. Cabrera going out. Cabrera calls for it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Diaz now facing Castellanos with 1 out and nobody on base. Here's a 1-2 count and the pitch to Castellanos. And strike 3 is called. The fastball at 99 on the outside corner. So 2 down now. The Reds, to their final out, bring up Eugenio Suarez. He is 1 for 3 with a home run today. Drove in both Red runs in the 7th inning. Suarez facing Diaz with a full count and 2 outs. Nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Cubs split the doubleheader with the Reds today, taking game 2 by a 4-2 count. The Reds get 2 runs on 5 hits and commit 1 error, while the Cubs get 4 runs on 9 hits with no errors. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Blake Snell, and understandably so. He threw 8 innings of 5-hit 2-run baseball while walking none and striking out 8. He improves to 3-1 as a Cub. Edwin Diaz gets save number 8, throwing a perfect 9th inning while striking out 2. Luis Castillo is tagged with a loss. He drops to 10-13. His line was 5 innings of 7-hit 4-run baseball, 3 of which were earned. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 2 home runs allowed. The Cubs pull even with the Reds again at 69-72, and both teams go into tomorrow's game looking to reclaim the advantage. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.